What we're going to do in this video is prepare some Zentangle tiles with some liquid watercolor. We're going to add color using the Ecoline liquid watercolors. These are Zentangle Phi tiles. They are very cool. They're like 3x5 size-wise. And I'm just going to show you how I add color. I have an idea for a project, and what I want to do is have just like a rainbow of colors in the background. So I've got my water over here, getting some water on my brush, and I'm actually gonna kind of dab and brush a little. I'm painting my tile with water is actually what I'm doing. And that will, I'm hoping, that will allow the watercolor paint to blend a little freer. Put a little bit more over here. Okay, and that'll be good for now. I'm gonna set my paintbrush aside. And I'm going to, I guess I should try to start. I guess I'll start here with the violet or the purple, and come with these little eyedroppers. So I'm just going to put a couple drops there of the purple. You can see it move around. I'm going to add a little water and just blend it a little bit better. That's all I'm gonna do. Clear that off my brush. Now I'm going to add some of the blue. Trying to keep in mind the order of the rainbow. Ooh, well, I guess we'll go with blue over there then. Close that off. Again, get water on my clean brush. And there. Now clean my brush again, set it aside. Now we're gonna do the green, Ecoline 665 color green. Not sure what they call that. And I'm gonna put that over here next to the blue. Get some clean water. See, the tile being wet kind of bows in the center from the wet. The cool thing is, though, you can tell when it's dry because it'll be flat. These Zentangle tiles are, I think they're amazing because they truly do absorb the water nicely. A lot of paper can't take it, but the white Zentangle tiles, and I will specify white, the other colors do not react the same, so you do kind of have to be careful. Let's see. Let's clean that up. Put a little bit more down here, just because. Okay. And then, lastly, that, by the way, I didn't show you, but that was the Ecoline. It's kind of a pink color, representing red in a rainbow. Ooh, this one's hard to open. There we go. And this is the yellow, the final one. And put that down in this corner. The yellow. I want some just yellow. It mixed here with this red and the blue. We have a bit of a brown, which I'm not happy with, but you know what? No mistakes. That's what they say. Okay, That's a little dull on the yellow. I guess I should do that first next time. So there's quite a bit of water on this. I'm trying to move it around just a little bit, not too much. And I'm gonna go ahead and set this one aside. Okay, I'm gonna try a different approach on this one. I'm gonna see if we don't need to add the extra water. We're gonna do this wet on dry, and I'm starting this time with my lightest color, which is the yellow. Taking a clean brush that's wet, and I'm just moving this around. I think this is gonna work better because the tile is not nearly as wet. Okay, so that was the yellow. Next is the pink. Put some of that here. It'll be interesting to see, or I will be interested to see what these tiles look like when the paint is dry, because typically watercolor will lighten up just a bit. Okay, there's my pink. Yes, let's do purple next. And we'll do that over here. My brush. These are really bold colors, this Ecoline. I haven't worked too much with this particular brand of watercolors. I've done a couple of projects, but that's about it. Then I guess we'll do blue next. And then the last color for this tile is going to be that green, again with the rainbow of colors on my tile. I'm really not liking any of these, to be honest with you. None of them are doing what I expected. But like I say, there are no mistakes. So it's all good. Now I've got two done, but before I go on, I want to try one thing, and that is I'm going to take my paper towel and I am going to wipe off the excess water from these tiles, just so that one, they'll dry a little bit faster, and two, I think that it might make the color look a little bit better for me. Because like I said, I wasn't really, okay, that's interesting. So now I've got my paper towel markings on there. I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna grab that first tile we did, where it all blended together at the bottom. Okay. You don't want to rub too hard. Okay, so now I have both of these. They both have like a little tiny bit of texture from the paper towel, and I think I can fix that. This one is not quite as bad. Maybe a little bit in here. And even, because this one has so much yellow that it's kind of nice to blend some of that blue in here, give it some more green. I keep kind of washing my brush off. Let's see if we can get some orange. Not too much. I guess we're just gonna. Okay, that's a lot better. There's still, you can still see the shiny areas where there's still a lot of water. That's okay. It'll dry faster than the other one did. Now this one, I just want to get rid of that texture. So I have a little bit of water on my brush. Go back and put a little bit more on my brush. Because it's, apparently it's drying a little bit. I will tell you, it's not going to matter once I draw over top of these. You won't notice that anymore in the background, so. Okay. That's pretty good for this one. So I think we're done with these two. I'm just gonna set them aside and let them dry. Now I'm going to try something a little bit different with this one. This one, I am going to just use 2 colors instead of trying to get the whole rainbow in there. And I am going to work with, that's the first one. Let's do the blue. I only have these 5 colors in the Ecoline. And then I'm going to add the green. I don't know, spring is supposed to be here soon. Not soon enough for me, as I sit in this cold, dreary Iowa snow. Truly, most of the snow is gone. So I'm looking forward to spring in a couple of days. So you see I have drops of water here, not water, paint here. I've got water, just water on my brush. And I'm just gonna kind of do the dabbing method on this. See, now I've got some blending here. I want to be careful. I don't want to add too much water, but I also don't want everything to blend. So I'm just really, these are such vibrant colors. I'm not complaining, mind you. Okay, I have just had an idea. I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Instead of painting both of these separately, both of these being the last 2 tiles we have, and instead of sopping up all of this paint with a paper towel, I'm going to take my other tile and I'm going to just lay it down on top. And let the paint transfer from the bottom tile to the top tile. Now let's see what we've got. Well, we still have wet. Let's do it this way. There, still have some wet paint to play around with. Or to pick up, because you could do that too. You could take, and I've got, like, I'm drying off my brush, and then I can come back to this tile and grab that excess paint and wipe it off on my paper towel. I don't want to get it all, but I just want to get where it's kind of dripping here. And you can do that anywhere else you think you want to remove some of that paint. I'm just playing now, seeing what happens with texture here. But my brush is getting dry, so I'm going to leave it alone from here. Put my brush away. Now we have 4 tiles. 2 of them have 2 colors, and 2 of them have 5 colors, more of a rainbow look. Let's turn it this way. See if you can catch all that. I guess you can't. So we'll do these first. Ta-da. And then these next, because the other ones are a little bit drier. These last 2 are still quite a bit wetter than the first 2, so they're starting to dry. But you can see they're still bowed, and they will flatten out completely once they're dry. So that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back and watch me draw over top of these when they're completely dry, and that's what we're going to do in the next video.